are live. Welcome to the channel. This is our first podcast ever. I got my buddy Aaron, and what's your name again? Just joking. I got my buddy Nick, and we're shooting our first podcast ever. Boom. What do you think? You guys excited?
Yeah, well, it came out as a surprise, so yeah, this is exciting.
I didn't tell them what we were doing. I just said we gotta do something real quick, get in the truck. And they're like, what are we doing? Are we hauling the body? I'm like, grab the tarp. But no, we're just shooting a podcast inside of the truck. Thinking about doing podcasting from the channel, for our channel, and I'm just trying it out. Got my guys with me. We mow lawns. How did the lawns go? Like, how was it today?
It's good. It's just Nick and I today. We're down one crew member, so probably took us a couple extra hours.
2 extra hours. It's picking up a little bit.
Weather was good. Yeah.
Yeah, I will say I love this weather.
The lake is at flood watch.
The water levels are high. Yep. Pretty crazy shit. I saw this weird thing this morning. It looked like a miniature drone that was like this big. And when I pointed it out to you, I was like, look at that. But you saw something else. You saw like a cross or something on the ground, like a whatever. I don't know what you picked up.
Was it a dragonfly?
It might have been a dragonfly. But to me, it looked like a miniature drone, like it was spying on me.
I've seen a lot of different types of moths lately. I've never seen.
It probably was a dragonfly.
What was it made out of?
I don't know. I went to touch it, and then I was like gonna grab it, but then I was like, wait, I better not. I think it might sting me. I might get some kind of weird bite, some weird bug.
So it definitely wasn't like some origami.
Nah, it was probably a dragonfly. It just looked so weird at the time. But too bad we couldn't get to that job today, huh?
Yeah, it's too bad. We need to do the tug of war.
We do.
That's the best.
But my thing is like, where can we do it? I'm thinking behind Kroger or behind Kmart.
That one road that we came across where you had your RC
Nobody
car
would bother
down.
us.
Yeah, nobody's down there.
Down Edison.
Wait,
Off 13.
by the arc. Wait, tell me about that road.
It's down Edison. It's all industrial. There's nothing back there. You're easily able to hit 150 if you wanted to.
So I was actually riding around looking for a trailer to do a towing video, but I need to find a trailer that can fit the F150 on it, and the F150 is almost 7 feet wide, so I need a 7-foot wide trailer. And I went to go grab this trailer. I was so excited. I was gonna get it for the whole weekend. It was gonna be like $350, and it was gone it was gone until the 10th.
That's how much they want for a trailer.
Well, 75 a day. Probably.
Why don't you just get a car hauler?
Well, it was a car. Well, I could, but it's not big enough for a F-150. It's too little and skinny, so it won't fit.
Just the one for the front tires that goes on the ramp.
I was thinking about that too, a dolly. Then put this in neutral, like put the transfer case in neutral and then dolly it. But I don't know.
I'm not supposed to do that, but it'll be all right for a few miles.
You can with the
My
pickup
brother
truck.
did it with this RAV4, and you can't even take it out of 4-wheel drive. So.
Damn. Oh wait, what? So wait, he did
drove
it
from Kalamazoo.
Wait, no, he did this to an all-wheel drive car.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Toyota RAV4, and after he did it, the rear end made like this humming sound, like it sounded like gears riding dry.
Damn.
But it never blew up, and it just kept going another 30,000 miles, and it had like 150 on it, all original fluids.
Well, with these trucks, you have to put them in neutral in the transfer case, which I don't know how to do that, but there's a certain kind of procedure when you go between like 4-wheel high. You're not supposed to just put it in neutral, like regular neutral. It's supposed to go in like the real deal neutral. Like the transfer case has a procedure that puts it in neutral. I don't know how to do all that, but if you don't do it right, you'll screw up the transmission because everything will move in the trans, but the pump for the engine won't run. It'll burn up your clutches. You'll burn clutches up. I don't know. You'll burn up clutches.
Yeah, he probably smoked the rear end, but it was still fine. It just was louder.
Shit, on an all-wheel drive car, shit, I don't know. Burn up the differential probably because the front's not spinning and the back is. So, but it kept running.
Hit it in neutral, but the rear end was still turning, so it was the rear end that had the issue.
Well, what do you think about the Super Duty? being for the work truck. You know, is that a good truck for work or what?
I like it better than Chevy and Dodge. I'm not just saying that because we drive it. I just do.
What do you think,
Last
Aaron?
gen.
Oh, it's a great truck. It's got all the power you need.
Oh yeah. Well, shit, you gotta get on snowplowing with us so you can see. You know, that's a lot of weight. You actually get a good pile of snow in front of it. It actually kind of works it a little bit. Where the little load that we pull, that ain't doing nothing. It's like barely even. You
Yeah,
can't
I'd
tell
like
it's
to
back there.
feel the resistance. I think that'd be
I gotta
awesome.
rudely interrupt. You can actually set up power distribution on this truck. Set up different amounts of power to the front and rear.
You can't change it. It just shows how much it is,
Like body
depending.
type shit.
Well, it just depends. Say if you put it in four-wheel drive auto. Well, now it's just going to show you that the power is going to all four wheels. Is that
Automatic.
the old lady calling?
Yes, it is.
Go ahead.
Hi, honey. Hi. You're on our first podcast. Yes, doing a podcast in the car. I thought I'd let you know.
Put it in M. I want to drive it so bad.
An M?
Put it in
I'll
M. It
call
holds
you back
gear,
later.
so it won't
All right.
downshift
It
it.
does
Like
hold gears.
low gear. But you gotta do it when you're
6
going.
o'clock.
But it's so much more fun.
Okay, bye.
And then
Boss is calling.
put it in like third gear.
Boss.
Third? If I go to third, it's going to rev up.
No, it won't be too high. I promise you. Put it in
Oh, it's
third
not too
gear.
bad.
And then it'll hold the same gear and it'll boost, so you can actually see it go to full boost. It's so cool.
Will it?
Oh yeah, it won't downshift. Do it. Floor it.
Shit.
And it's sweet. It's
It's
like,
kinda
man,
Cool,
yeah.
graphics there.
It's sweet.
For
I
those
guess.
watching this, you
I
can't see
want to
the
see what it
graphics.
spikes though. No, we'll wait till you get more room and say we
Right,
get 20
right. I don't
pounds.
want to wreck.
But yeah, now you would be in second gear.
You think it's
Just drive
faster
like
that way?
Yeah.
In manual?
Oh yeah.
We'll know for the
Because
time.
it's already in the gear, it won't have to shift and then engage the
Manual
power.
tug of war. So
Right
wait,
now you'd be in second
doing this
gear.
tug of war, Aaron, what do you think? Am I going to break something?
Well, how are you gonna set this up? Like, are you using a rope?
You'll
Chain.
break it if you do it on
Use
cement, but in
A
grass,
chain?
Chain.
A chain will be strongest. Put it on a hitch ball. Get 2 hitch balls and a chain.
The chain's hard on it. You need a towing strap because that's a give.
Oh,
trust me.
yeah.
On
Yeah,
this
they
one,
totally-
If you don't,
That
Chains
don't
and
matter.
stuff,
Neither one of them are going to break.
I
Towing
would-
strap or
I
chain.
would
Neither
honestly
one.
see what they think on this one.
I don't want. You know what I want though? I
When
want to
they
use a
pop.
chain because I don't want it to break. Because if I'm using a
That'd be
strap and
awful.
it breaks, then I don't want the truck to fly away.
It's a special strap. It's meant to flex a little bit.
I got
It
I got a
takes
towing
off.
strap.
We won't break it. They're good.
But then how do I tie a knot? I don't want to tie a knot in it.
Yeah, you'll never get the knot
I'll
out.
never get it out.
You have to cut it.
If I do a chain, I can just make a loop, hook the chain on the ball,
Because
pull it.
It's hard on it. You might need a U-joint if you just sit there and do it for 5 minutes. Just for 10 seconds.
So taking it to the dealer, put it under warranty.
Yeah, they won't know.
They won't know what I did unless they watch our videos.
Yeah, just don't put any locations on there.
Right. But yeah, where is that place at that you were talking about to do
It's
the?
Edison,
The secret place.
It's very quiet.
Very quiet.
Yeah, you couldn't get away with it there. I told you that's where I take my RC car. There's people back there trying to get down, you know. There's a lady.
Wait, what
They
do you
came
mean,
back
get
there and they were mad. They floored it like we were already back there and they left. You know, it's a nice little discreet spot where you can do it. There's a parking lot too, blacktop, which will give more give to the tires. So you can do it in the parking lot. You don't even have to do it on the street. It's awesome.
Well, maybe we should race over there. Maybe we should take.
Yeah, you could definitely race.
2
Like,
trucks over there, because like I did a 0 to 60 race kind of thing with the 2.7 and the 3.5, but I couldn't.
it's gonna go on driver. Brake boost is really gonna give you an advantage on that.
Well, I couldn't put them side by side and race them because there was 2. Well, I only had 1 driver, me, or not me. I had a higher driver, but I only had 1 driver, and even if I had 2 drivers, I don't want to be on public roads racing. There's cops everywhere. I got followed by a cop, ended up being my buddy, but still, he called me. He's like, "What are you doing? Who's driving down his truck?" It was my buddy who was a St. Clair Shores officer,
How's he doing down his truck?
because he ran the plate.
Oh, okay.
Because I was just driving, but I was looking suspicious. I had a camera on top of the truck. But you know, if it was a spot where you know you're good, you can get up to like 100. Can you get to 100?
You can get to easily 150 if you're no limiter. It's like a mile.
It's like a mile.
Yeah.
You can probably get to like 90 in a mile,
Yeah,
because when you're going 100,
quarter mile, this thing will do 95.
Yeah, but when you're going 100, are you covering a lot of ground pretty quick?
You got plenty of time to brake. I was able to get my RC car up to 100, have plenty of time to brake, and it was only half the road.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, that'd be cool though. I want to go. I want to check it out.
It is perfect.
So if it's industrial,
Check it up on
does that mean there's no, like, who's there? Is it
on
like
the weekend? Nobody's there. That's when we went, and it was dead. It was like all the businesses were closed.
And there's no way a cop can get you because there's no way in.
It's private property. No, it is. It's you can just turn off of. It's right off of 13 Mile near.
Don't say where. Don't say where. Okay.
Edit.
Because we're gonna give ourselves away.
It doesn't matter. They don't know the time.
Right. Well, I don't want to give our spot away before we even been there. You know.
It was hard to find, and he just found it. We had to turn around.
So you were able to see it on the route?
Yeah, we had to turn around, and I was so happy that I made a mistake, and it's an awesome road. I'm going back.
So one of my plans is to get the big trailer, have it 3.5 versus 2.7 where they tow each other. It's a beautiful truck right there. Long bed, 250. But have the trucks tow each other, 3.5 versus 2.7, and they switch and tow each other back to back. And then I would get the trailer for the weekend and just mess around towing stuff, whatever, 250. I was going to try to tow the 250 with the 3.5, just mess around, but the trailer is taken. You cannot find that trailer
Nobody actually came down that road the whole hour we were there except those one people, and they knew about it. They came back there to, be alone.
So what? The people, they were being together,
Yeah.
intimate.
Yeah.
So probably some young kids.
They were like in an RT Charger. They ripped it down the road as they were leaving. He was able to get it up to. We went through like 3 gears, so at least 110. Do me a favor, put it in M for where you did. Sweet.
I'm in sport. I'm still in 4-wheel drive.
Put it in M.
Take it out of 4-wheel.
It doesn't matter. Well, you can take it out of 4-wheel. Put it in like 2nd gear.
Well,
First,
it doesn't let me go.
But
It doesn't
just
let
don't
me
take it over $3,000.
It doesn't let me go to
Shift it.
second like that. It makes me
Way too
when I press
stuck.
down it takes away gears. No, I'm in M now.
Put it in M, put it in 1. And if it don't punch it in 1, it'll just spin tires. Wait till you get in 2nd.
What do you think about the power, Aaron, on the 3.5 versus the 5.7?
I don't know.
Yeah, it hit 20 pounds actually almost.
So when you're putting it in M and not letting it shift out of like 2nd or 3rd, it just builds up boost.
It's able to hold the gear, so yeah, you can build boost up better because it's not shifting and doing all that shit.
Wow.
You can brake boost this thing from the launch. These trucks are made. If you had a tune on this thing, programmer, it makes an extra 100 horsepower. You can have this truck doing 60 in 5
I would be
seconds.
all for it if I had enough views and everything to support it. The channel's getting kind of bigger now, and I'm getting a lot more hits and everything now, but it has to be big enough to support it. Because other than that, I have to be careful and not spend way more money than I'm making. Because technically that's all I've done is spent more than I make on YouTube. So that's why I haven't gotten new cameras. I haven't gotten drones and all this stuff.
Camera's good.
Yeah, the camera's still great,
You can fly
actually.
drone though, yeah, if you want to get one, but they're automatic.
But I don't really, I need to make sure. I gotta think about how much I'm spending too. I can't just go out and, even just renting a trailer is going to be a huge expense, and that's just renting a trailer. Just, that'll be a good video. On the other hand,
Get the automatic flying drones for like $300 now. That used to be $1,000. Those old Parrot bebops.
I have to get a
Come
DJI.
down.
I have to get the real deal.
Yeah,
if I
they've
do
come
get
down
it.
now. So they got the newer ones that fly longer and faster and better camera. But even the first one's badass, more than you need.
Pretty sweet. So if you had to get a truck, Nick, would you get the 2.7 or the 3.5?
Depends what I was doing. If I wanted to save gas, the 2.7. If I wanted more power, the 3.5.
It sounds like a V8 though.
This thing's bad.
It does.
I'm impressed.
It's augmented sound
Someone
here.
mentioned that. They said I love the sound of the 3.5 compared to the 2.7. But like Nick was just saying, it's just fake noise somehow. Somehow it's connected to the engine, and it's actually somehow playing the engine's noise inside of the cab somehow, which is cool because I'm getting on it and I'm not causing a whole lot of attention, but it sounds like a V8 inside of the truck, which is perfect. Whereas yours really is a V8, and when you get on it, it just sounds just like a real V8.
You take this thing out of traction though, in first gear and manual, it will just spin tires.
How do you do that? This here?
Yeah. Put it in one or him.
Sit down.
Just don't let it go over like 3 or 4 when you shift because it's like harder on the motor.
But I did notice anytime the tires are spinning, I'm not going faster. So
Well, that's with the traction. With it off, it was supposed to not, govern the power. See what she's got.
feels a little different.
Yeah, it's different. They got the full power now to it. And you can brake
Well, I
boost
can't. I
it
got an
too.
ambulance
Brake
in
boost it a
front of
little
me.
bit. Let the boost build up.
I can't hit
with
the ambulance.
brakes. Let the boost build up with the brake and then let off, and then it'll snap your neck back in the stroke.
You gotta get Aaron back. His old lady has got a timer on him.
It's time for,
Drive this
time for
truck,
dinner.
dude. I'll show you how to have fun.
Where are
with it.
you? No, it's the same way.
You want me to show you how to have fun at this? What you do?
Oh my
brake
God.
boost
I hope
it
she don't
at
watch this.
3,500.
Ah! Edit.
Brake boost at 3,500.
What do you think?
Yeah,
What do you think
let
about
off.
the situation with the neighbor and his dogs jumping over the gate? Is that crazy or what?
That is crazy.
I just looked out the door and his dog was.
He was in
just-
your backyard?
Yeah, running around my yard and like
Wow.
thinking about how he was. His dog was thinking about coming through my door wall because his dog, he's so weird that he just lets his dog run through his door.
What was he doing over there? Is he training his dogs?
No,
to be
he abuses.
fighters or something?
No, he's abusing his dogs. Like
They don't do anything.
whenever they like put their feet up on the gate, he
Yeah.
goes up to the dog, grabs him, and throws him to the ground. Rolls him,
Just
get
over
out.
there
He's trying
throwing
to
him
make it
and
like an
jocking him.
He's just whipping him down to the ground. Like,
abusive
Sorry.
prick.
yeah, and then he's just like,
You should call on his ass.
I did. And they came and talked to him, and he just locked him in the house. I mean, he don't really let him out. So I'm nervous now. Like when they finally do come out, like an hour a day they come outside, they're gonna freak out, jump the gate more. So
You let me drive this
Maybe
one.
you watch some German dog training videos. He's following some German protocol.
I doubt it because I don't think that's how they do it. Even if they, I mean, some German
Not
Shepherd
abusive
training.
to
I don't
dogs.
think they're abusive like that. I think they have a better way of doing it, right?
I would hope so.
I understand a little aggression when you're training a dog, maybe a little, but I mean, he's just an idiot. But anyway, if you gotta go, it's all good.
Yeah, time to eat.
It's all good. Just,
There you
I
go.
mean, we'll do this again, so it's whatever.
All right. Sounds
But
good.
Nick, if you want to keep messing around with the podcast, we can a little bit longer.
Yeah, I would love to drive her just around the block.
Hop on up.
Well, just hop on up for now. I'll just keep.
All right, I'll see you guys.
We'll lay down some rubber.
Yeah, we're gonna lay down some rubber. Ooh, forgot my seatbelt this whole time. Oh my goodness, I'm in trouble. I wasn't wearing my seatbelt this whole time.
You can't really tell when you're driving a truck like this.
Well, with this camera, you can. Everybody's gonna be saying, "You forgot your seatbelt." Ah!
Oh wow.
Like,
Shit happens.
so it's going all right without Jacob out there.
I told you it'd only be 35 hours without him. That's
Well,
what it is.
I thought you were gonna be done sooner. If I'd have known it'd be
it
this
could have
way,
been a little better, but you know,
I probably would have just booked that job. Well, you know what? When I booked that job, I forgot that Jacob was going to be gone. Like, I can't remember all that stuff.
Jake's quick, but he's not. He misses some things. But we do get done quicker.
He takes a lot of load off for sure. Having him out there.
It'll be better. I've been.
Well, it's more, like you say, it's more.
Like almost done trimming.
It's more hours, so. I just like the security having a third guy.
I know, man. It'll be alright.
Yeah, it's all good. It hasn't been enough for him to work after school, but we'll see. He'll be getting a new car hopefully soon. Hopefully
it's expensive. His parents are gonna fork the insurance bill.
I don't know. Maybe
that's the only thing.
He can pay it. He can pay his own insurance. I know when I started driving, insurance was insane.
How's he gonna pay it when he ain't working?
The insurance for me was like in excess of $350 a month. It was crazy.
I know it's a lot when you first start driving. Not that much though, is it really?
For me, it was at the time. It was stealing. They were stealing money from me. So basically, I would pay the first month and I would just let it expire. And I had the card, and I would be like. And when I did have insurance, I was an idiot. I drove so fast and reckless. Like through here, I'll be going 60 through this whole neighborhood. I would not care, and I'd be like, I got insurance. What do I'm insured. I'll do whatever, because it was so expensive too. Like I felt like, well, they must cover anything. Something happened, they must.
That's
really
crazy.
I was so stupid. I thought that I was just covered for life.
Truck will be half a second quicker now, 0 to 60 without Aaron. He's like 250 pounds. Not to be rude, that's just a factual thing. Every 100 pounds takes off like 0.2 of a second.
Yeah, I think every time I have a passenger in the vehicle, I can tell that it's a little bit slower.
You can.
Maybe not as much with a V8.
Truck seems
with a V6
quicker now that it's broken though. When I got to drive it, I got on it a little bit. Just a little bit.
That does feel different. Feels
Still
different.
Drive though.
Yeah, it is. Well, I don't have space for manual,
What did you do? I'll shift it, put it in F. I'll hit the button the whole time. Just put it in F and I'll do all the work.
Well, what if I crash, man? I don't want to crash. How are you gonna shift while I'm driving? But I don't have anywhere to go. I got a car right here.
You ain't even gonna go fast. I'll just show you. Keep it low too. I won't let it wind out or anything like that.
So yeah, we gotta go pick up.
Oh yeah, you mean with traction off? Yeah, it is faster because it.
Oh, you thought I was talking
cutting
about
the power out. Yeah, it's not cutting the power out when you spin. And it'll only spin for a second with these tires, and it'll just hit back up. You got the best tires on here.
I don't know.
The 285s or whatever.
They ain't much better than what Donna got, to be honest.
She's got the same wheels, don't she?
No, hers are a little skinnier. I don't see the hype. I'd rather just let the computer do a shift.
Are you gonna go fast?
Huh?
Just go fast for a second.
Why don't you shift, man?
Do it, hit it.
Whoa. Shift it. What are you doing? You got so much RPM.
I know. I thought you were gonna go fast.
No.
I would have shifted right at like 6.
Not really speeding. No, I don't break the law. I just accelerate fast. Plus, the cops are watching.
Floor it now. I won't go fast at all. It'll build boost. It's cool. You see that?
Yeah, it's weird.
It'll only get 10 pounds because it's made 2,000.
Who cares? What do you mean build boost? What are you talking about?
Since it's lower, watch how much longer it takes to build boost.
But why do you want to build boost?
Don't just.
What's the point?
This has got the best turbo design or whatever. What is it?
So I don't understand why you want that. What do you mean build boost? Why do I want to build up the boost?
I don't know. I just like it because you can hear the noise and all that.
My thing is this: like when I'm watching the boost gauge, it's fluctuating. It's going up and down, but I'm not sure what that really means because it's got PSI in the intake.
It's forced induction. Because you can't just dump more fuel without, forced induction, or it bogs out. So the more boost you have, the more fuel it dumps, and all that.
No, but I don't understand, like, the pressure. Like, does that mean that there's pressure in the intake, or that there's pressure? Like once the
with this, because it's direct injection.
Once the throttle body opens, wouldn't the pressure drop, or what does that mean? Just because there's pressure in the intake, I don't know what that means.
It's different.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey, what's up?
you getting Nate?
Yeah, I'm getting them now.
Okay.
All right, I'll see you soon.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Bye. All right, so you gotta talk to the camera. I'll be right back. All right.
Alright, I don't really know what to say. Just pause it.
Just pause it.
Yeah. Give me a little break.
Then I don't want to stitch it together again. That means I gotta edit. You wanna just pause it? All right, we'll be right back. Boom, and we're back.
Hard to
All right.
believe.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with that guy. Ian tagged me into a video on Facebook showing me his mowing videos. For guys who don't know, we had this guy working with us named Ian, and we ended up getting into an argument or whatever, and he
He's a
quit.
psychopath.
For whatever reason, he quit.
He cuts up the truck, his brand new truck.
Yeah.
He gives to us to work, brand new truck, and this guy's taking a knife to the interior, right, cutting chunks out of it. A brand new truck, 10,000 miles.
Yeah, and I didn't even let him go over that, but we ended up getting in an argument. Long story short, we got into an
He
argument.
lied about it, too.
Yeah. Long story short, we got into an argument. I let him go. Now he's cutting lawns with someone else, and he's tagging me in the video to show off his horrible lawn mowing duties. It wasn't even a nice lawn. Maybe he can cut. I mean, he worked with us for a while, so he could probably cut the grass pretty good. But it wasn't. I don't understand why he tagged me, but that's just stupid how he tried to sabotage our situation for no reason. How you doing back there, boy? You good? What do you think, V6 or V8? What would you rather have in a truck? 5.0?
I'd rather have the 5.0 twin turbo if I could, do it all. Or supercharged, whatever.
You would do a 5.0 supercharged over a 3.5? Well,
Yeah, more power.
well, that's a different scenario.
Or if it was a built 3.5 like what's in the Ford GT, then
Well, you can do that. You can get a 3.5 and you can build it up to be a 900 horsepower engine. That's a minor.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, the rods are good. The connecting.
This engine will hold up to 500 horsepower.
Well, the connecting rods are good.
The fuel system won't make that much. It'll make like
The fuel system will do 500.
500. Maybe.
Yeah.
But,
Well, just think about that. You get it up to 500 horsepower, and
450.
it's cheaper.
The Raptor's 500.
The Raptor, yeah, but you can get this to 500.
450.
The Raptors,
It's a
isn't
lot.
it?
It's only 375 now, 450, but the torque is like insane. It's like 650.
Oh, so maybe the torque is what gets to like 5,
6.
6.
Yeah, and it's like 450. It might be 500. There's guys doing it. I'm sure.
Yeah.
But you could easily get a tune for $200. A little programmer. You get a little.
But
box.
the thing is, though, it's easier to get some power out of a 3.5 than it is to get it out of a 5.0.
And you can make money off that video and see if it's worth the programmer to get an extra 2 seconds out of a quarter mile and full second and a half 0 to 60. That's major power. It'll make her boost 25 pounds versus 16 now.
Well, it's easier to get power out of a 3.5 than it is out of a 5.0. The 5.0, you gotta add a power adder like a supercharger, and that's big money. You can do what, $2,500, and you got a really nice EcoBoost. $2,500 ain't doing nothing for a 5.0.
They're making like 650 the 5.0.
Now, if you do a full supercharger and all that, then you can get to like 700 horsepower. But
that's like when you want to blow it up in a 10,000 miles, though. That's such an
Yeah, that's
aggressive tune.
Yeah.
625 is like a safe tune.
yeah, that's true. Damn, what happened up here? I kind of like the way it drives with the traction control off. It seems a little more responsive.
Oh yeah, it is. It's it's like it almost wants to be hesitant with the traction on because it knows it can break loose the tires like with on anything.
Traction control right now is still not all the way off. There's another procedure to fully turn it off. It involves holding it or something. I forget exactly what it is, but it still has some level of traction control turned on, unless you like hold it and it'll tell you like it's off, like advanced track is off. How to do that? I don't know exactly how to do it. There's a nice F-150 right there.
Yeah, that's nice.
We got through Thursday. We ain't made it through the week yet. We still got one more day.
I'm happy with it.
You ain't tired?
My feet a little bit. My right heel, it's like I got a heel spur or something. Like it's sore at the end of every day. Like it doesn't matter.
I tweaked my right elbow. I don't know what I did. I curled some
It's
heavy.
like the ball of your foot. Like it's like sore. My left one's fine, so I don't know why. I think it's like it just does. But I eat a lot of greens, but I guess not enough because you eat stuff like tikka masala with all those spices, the capsaicin, that helps. So it's not really hurting as bad today.
Maybe like good fast, maybe once a week.
Yeah, probably due for that. I'm eating a lot of sugar, but I don't do it.
Yeah, I find once a week's good. Maybe
Oh, there,
twice.
speaking of the devil.
There he is. Must not be working too much at that new place. If we were, he would be in the bed sleep. He wouldn't be out here hanging.
He's always outside, man. Like, it seems like every time I've ever went down there.
Yeah, you can't even ride down the street. I told the old lady, I said, we don't want to walk up over here. We just take another way.
Oh, shit.
Damn truck.
This is a fast truck. It really does feel like a SRT4.
Well, it's nice because you can use the torque.
I mean, the SRT4 is faster, but this thing, like, if it had the tune, it would be just as quick.
Oh, we forgot to close the garage. My thing is this. The 470 foot-pounds of torque coming in at such a low RPM, you're able to use the power a lot more compared to a
There's a lot of
V8. Where the V8, you can't use
like
it.
430, right? In that
2430 what?
430 foot-pounds of torque in that.
Yeah, 430 foot-pounds of torque in the 6.2.
Was 405.
But in order to get to that torque, you got to rev that engine up a little more. Maybe like 3,000 RPM. Not bad.
And then this makes the horsepower a lot lower RPM too, right?
The horsepower it seems like is always on a higher RPM because horsepower is a measure of time and work. So if you're thinking about time and work, high RPMs make more horsepower. So that's why you always see like the peak horsepower at a high RPM of any particular engine. So they're always going to have the peak horsepower at a high RPM. So
the 3.5. It's not telling me at RPMs. There we go.
Well, anyway, guys, it is 6:09. This is the first podcast. We're about to wrap it up. We'll be back hopefully again in the future, and hope to see you guys there.
Here we go with the foot-pounds, though. It's... I know it's a lot lower, though, with the turbo. I just know that.
Lower
like
what?
half RPMs.
Well, yeah, because it's forcing all that air into. It's forcing all that air in, and it's creating velocity. Because you got a small engine and you're forcing it through. You're forcing air through. So imagine taking a water hose, right? It's flowing water out, and you put your thumb over the end of the water hose. the same amount of water comes out, but it shoots far. That velocity, because you're pumping more air through, that velocity is happening in the cylinder. Imagine like the valve is the water hose. You're pumping velocity through.
Surprisingly, it makes most of its torque, like you said, like 2,000.
Well, think about why big engines that have small valves have so much low end torque. A big 8-liter V8 that's only a push rod 2-valve cylinder will have a lot of low end torque because it's pumping all that air through that little valve, and it's giving it all that low end torque. It's creating all that velocity.
They got a new 3.3 engine too that it said in this chart. 3.3.
Oh, that's the
it's just a regular
that's a
V6.
non-turbo V6 with 12-to-1 compression, direct injected engine.
They got a little 3-liter turbo diesel V6.
Yeah, forget that. I don't like that engine.
That makes. This is a really cool rad. It makes 440 foot-pounds, 250 horsepower.
But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. See you guys for the next podcast. Have a great day, and hope you guys like this format. And I'll try to get some more guests on here. Nick likes talking about trucks, so he's a good person to have on here. He also has a lot of, it's pretty in-depth into conspiracy stuff. So
Yeah,
that'll
you
be
can talk
cool.
about, if you guys know about the Planet X-10, whatever, Nibiru, the chemtrails, all that stuff is real. Look up.
We'll get into that
Skywatch
later.
Media News.
We'll get into that stuff later. But thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye.